Hello, team, the Army of Light Earth Division, the boots on the ground. It's Shawna L. Francis, and today is January 16th, 2024. Thanks, guys, for being here. You're the best. How's it going with your practicing of unconditional love? I hope it's going well. We have been iced in, snowed in. It's been so windy. The wind chill got down to -3 here a few days ago, -3 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's been a cold one. It's been a little treacherous, a little bit of cabin fever going on. But we're surviving, and more ice storm tonight. And this is going to melt off tomorrow with some rain and some warmer weather. And hopefully all this snowmageddon that's happening here is going to be done and we can get back to normal. I hope you're all doing okay. I know a lot of us are stuck in some yucky weather right now. Yeah, so this is the weekly briefing, and today I'm going to talk about mass media according to Melchizedek. Wow. So there's a big ask here from Melchizedek coming, and I'll go through the channeling. And also they're asking us to do a guided meditation. So I have that all ready to go and queued up. So we're going to be doing that later this week. I'm going to give you 2 dates and 2 times for those dates, and hopefully whoever can join in kind of real time. I'm going to be doing this in real time on these 2 dates at these specific times. It doesn't matter really if you're able to join us or not. If you can just do the meditation, state the affirmations, go through the information with Melchizedek on your own, it's going to be as powerful. So, but for those of us who can join together, that would be amazing. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit here, but mass media. Okay, guys, I'm going to read to you what Melchizedek had to say about this. This is January 13th, a few days ago. We had been doing lots of energy work, more and more energy work, just beautiful. It's really seems to be evolving. The last few days, it's all been about heart opening, heart opening, heart opening. I get out of these meditations and I'm almost breathless, just kind of with love. They just are infusing my field with this love, and it's so beautiful. So I'll have to keep you posted on that. All right, so mass media. First of all, let us cut to the chase, they said. Things are not going well on the negative reptilian front as it relates to their control through mass media, Shawna. And let us clarify what we mean by this is not going well. The negative reptilians are doubling down their efforts to coerce, scare, control, and manipulate, and anger the human collective. This is everything to them. In this moment, they are feeling the pressure of the rising vibration of the planet, the awakenings happening within the collective consciousness, budding and blooming. And they are doing what they can on a large scale to stop this from progressing any further. They said, Shawna, does this make sense so far? And I said, it absolutely does. So we have a request, they said. This is for you and your constituents, Shawna. We would like you to organize a meditation with some setting of affirmations and intentions to help counterbalance the fear-based tactics that are rampant right now, and we'll add are being quite effective on lowering the field and creating more density and fear. We know this all too well. It's an election year here in the United States. It's going to be awful. It already is awful. And they said here, Shawna, please move forward with this request how you normally would, something similar to what we've done in the past, and we will support. We would like to provide reinforcements of energy, of intention through words and field directly into the hearts of the constituents. Please rally the troops, Shawna, and schedule a meditation, and we shall be ready in real time to assist you with the facilitation of this event. I said, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so that happened. And the next day, the 14th, I did sit down to basically channel this meditation, and the team came in with more information, and I want to tell you what they said here. So as I was meditating with them, I'm sorry, this was 2 days later, January 15th, I was getting like little snippets of information from them in the middle of the meditation. It's not like I was sitting down and channeling and recording like I normally do. But I was getting this information to really step 100% away from any kind of mass media and be that beacon as much as I can. So I just asked, could you please tell me what we just did with this with this with this energy work? So I was a little bit scratching my head on this. They said, Shawna, the energy work with your field today was a restructuring, if you will, of some of the different frequencies that are contained within your field. We're setting this up almost like protection, a field of protection from outside energies that wish to infiltrate, modify, or change your frequencies. This will no longer be allowed. Your frequencies, Shawna, have been reinforced, fortified, if you will, with light frequencies that will, in essence, repel these subtle frequencies, the denser frequencies that the negative reptilian regime are using to help control the masses through mass media. They've hinted at this kind of thing before over the last couple of years, but this is the first time our guides have been really succinct and just calling it out here. The negative reptilian regime are using mass media to help control the masses through frequency, team, through frequency. And I just, and they said, dear one, at this time, it is in your best interest to ignore, not to consume, or be exposed to frequencies that are encoded into the mass media content being created today. Okay, so maybe this is not new news to you guys. And it certainly feels like familiar information to me, but this is really, like I said, it still just kind of hit me like, are they really doing this? Are they really doing this? Through frequencies through our mass media to help coerce, manipulate, anger, scare, all these things. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, right? It's just so frustrating. All right, Shawna, this would include movies from all the big providers, television, even your sports games, your sports shows, sports content. As we said, you can watch these things if you desire, but it will feel uncomfortable and you will be in less accord with this content. We've just reinforced this through your field, dear one. And in the meditation that we plan to create with you, all these will be addressed for the constituents as a collective. So the energy work that they did on me yesterday is going to be something they'll deliver to you through this meditation that I'm going to post. And again, I'll have a couple of days, Thursday and Friday, we'll do this meditation together for those who can join in real time. And if you can't join in real time, you just do it whenever you can. It'll be great. All right, so, and at that point, we went into, and I recorded the meditation. All right, so that happened. I'm already feeling this, to be quite honest. Because of this snowstorm here and everything that's going on, I wanted to just quickly hop on my phone to see if I could see what was going on with the latest weather. And I happened to pull up Twitter, which I'm hardly ever on Twitter, X. So I click on the X on my phone, and normally I'm following the local news channels. And it's been, I'd say years since I've really been on Twitter. I've just really kind of picked it up recently. And I am scrolling through Twitter, just the feeds that they just popped up on my home screen as I just launched it. I'm kind of looking for some of our local news programs to talk about the weather. And it is one video after another, like these little snippet videos of awful, awful things. Why this would come up in my algorithm, I have no idea. I think they're just serving this up to everybody. A man randomly punching a woman in the face and she gets knocked down to the ground. This thing is just on loop. So just you see it and then it happens again. You see it, it happens again. Another guy bashing, like stepping on somebody's head at a gas station. Over and over and over again, they put these things on loop and you just see them. And I'm scrolling through this stuff going, are you kidding me? It was just one after another after another. This is just my normal feed. I'm following news stations. I have very little I'm not following many folks on Twitter. So it actually made me sick to my stomach. There were several of those. Those are just a couple of the examples, like within a minute of scrolling going, what is this? This is a cesspool. And people are just consuming this, like not thinking, team, we've got to be so careful. I want to go back and read to you what Melchizedek had to say about discernment. And this was from just recently, December 26th. So this was in a video here, but this was reminding me of this idea of discernment. And then I also want to go back and remind everybody what Melchizedek had to say about 2024. All right, so from the 26th, the day after Christmas just recently. Today, we'd also like to speak to you about discernment, your ability to use all of your gifts, all of your senses, to utilize a level of awareness that is just beginning to blossom within your species. So this must be our awakening, all the self-work that we're doing. We're removing shadows. We are embracing this new paradigm. We're doing the best we can, right? These frequencies coming onto the planet, guys, they're making the veil so thin. They're making love so much easier to access. They are expanding our ability to sense things on different levels. We're really going to be able to tune in more to our fields. Everything is energy. It's not just going to be, what does the mind think? How is the mind analyzing things? How is the intellect twisting things around? Analysis paralysis. It's about leading with the heart, leading with frequency, knowing who and what we are in truth, and living that, regardless of what is expected of us, regardless of what history would show us is appropriate, or the right way to behave, or the right way to think, or the wrong way to think. And I want to just a couple more paragraphs here. Notice the subtle shifts of your energetic field when you come across information that feels off. Begin to trust more fully your ability to feel the truth, excuse me, guys, of something beyond what your mind, the ego, and the intellect may intuit. The long-standing facade is crumbling, and this breaking down is the result of heightened levels of consciousness, higher levels of vibration that are now present as part of the ascension process. Yeah, this ascension's happening, and they're not happy about it. Remember last year too, even with Queen Elizabeth, they've talked about how this regime is just going to keep ratcheting up all the tactics that they normally use. They're just going to keep amplifying and amplifying and amplifying. Okay. All right, so just a quick recap here before I go back to what they said about what 2024 is going to be about. Melchizedek is asking us to severely limit, if not eliminate, the consumption of mass media. And this is not just our news. It's not just our movies. It's also sports programs, TV commercials. Some of this they talk about in the meditation that I just recorded with them. And they're going to be helping to reinforce this in our fields, that, that discernment, that level of knowing of what might not be truth or what feels off. Really being able to hone in on that and make distinctions there. And they did say in this meditation too that this is the first kind of message around this. This is the first set of affirmations that we'll be doing around this kind of thing. So there's going to be more information to come, because I know there'll be a lot of questions about this. How do you just turn off your mass media? We are so addicted to our Netflix, and we binge watch stuff, and we talk about things, and we've, like I was saying the other day, I watched the Golden Globes, and it was just so bizarre. It was such a bizarre program. It just seems so weird. I'm already feeling so much out of alignment with a lot of it. I don't watch TV. I really don't. My aunt is in town from Idaho, and we sat down and tried to watch a movie together, and we're starting these movies, and we're like, we're not feeling this. Start a new one. I don't get this. We ended up watching a whole movie from beginning to end, but we just we're left like scratching our heads, like, what did we just watch? You're not going to get those 2 hours back. So, and they recognize it's a big ask. It's a huge ask not to consume mass media. All right. We'll talk a little bit more about that. 2024. So on December 11th, 2023, Melchizedek addressed all of you guys directly here. So this is just a couple of paragraphs from that, just as a reminder. Eyes wide open, team. You are ready to see and to know. Hearts wide open, with the ability to witness crushing truths, such horrific happenings, not to carry these burdens and the crushing weight of them, but instead to heal, nurture, love, and lift consciousness that has been so wounded. For so many hearts have been trampled, innocence torn away and stolen. Your 2024 will be known as the time when humanity becomes much more aware of that which has been swirling and hiding and festering in the dark. As the field is raised through the collective consciousness and your individual efforts, it will lift the murky shadows which have kept the most egregious affronts to humanity hidden for all this time. Beautiful ones, be ready. Be ready to see, be ready to hold dear the truth of a world held captive. So this makes sense, right? Imagine frequencies from our biggest movie producers. Remember, anybody, any group who has any kind of power or influence on this planet, according to Melchizedek and the Galactic Federation of Light, it has been infiltrated by the negative reptilian regime in some way, shape, or form. Their control and manipulation here on the planet is vast, deep, comprehensive. I mean, they have not left any stone unturned. So here we are. We're going to tackle this mass media aspect. They said here, first must come the awareness, and we understand, friends, this is not easy. Your next calendar year will see much coming to the light, much coming into conscious awareness, ready to be seen, to be held, to be nurtured, to be loved, and to be healed. The great reckoning, dear ones, when humanity begins to wake up to how they've been in alignment and in accord with an off-planet regime who exploits your innocence, takes from you what it wants without regard to your free will, and maintains its stronghold with you through manipulation and fear. So guys, it's not a stretch to think that through our mass media. And let's just go wide with this. Wide commercials, TV, movies, all kinds of dramas, whatever's being put out there to the masses, sports, news, know that there is a level of manipulation going on. So I think we've all had an inkling that this was the case. And now our guides are saying, yes, indeed, there are actual frequencies going out to manipulate, and it's not a good thing. Look at how much we consume content during an election year here in the States. Excuse me. It's kind of brutal, isn't it? So I'm not sad at all about really turning off the mass media. And in this meditation, they say, it's not that you need to give up getting your news somewhere or, self-expression through some, what we do in terms of social, but it's really just about being aware and discerning of what you're bringing into your field, because it has been encoded with lower frequencies. All right, so obviously there's a lot to question there in terms of the details. So again, Melchizedek talks about this being an ongoing dialogue that we'll be having with them. All right, guys. So I'm going to post. I'm gonna do this live with you guys 2 times this week, and if I need to do a third one because of timing or something, I'm happy to do that. We're going to start with Thursday, January 18th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and I'll write all this down in the description. And then Friday, January 19th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. All right, so you're just going to log in to YouTube, to my channel, and it's going to do a countdown, and then at these times, this is going to be an instant premiere, and it's going to start on its own. So it's just like we did Antarctica before. Okay, so we know the drill. So it's thrilling, right there. This is how powerful we are, team. These guides are asking us specifically, can we do some collective intention setting here around this? And they are going to provide all the reinforcements we need through field, through intention, to help mitigate these frequencies going out through the airwaves to the masses. And if you have what you feel to be high vibrational sources for news, please share them in the comments. That'd be great. Yeah, I don't quite know, team, if I'm going to be doing a lot of the disclosing that they're talking about for 2024. It seems to me, yeah, I'm kind of getting like it's going to be coming at us from all angles. So I don't think you're going to have to watch NBC Nightly News or CNN or Fox or Twitter or Facebook or anything like this to get to get this information. I think this disclosure stuff they're talking about, it's going to be obvious, and it's going to be something that, we're still going to hear about, whether it be through me or through other sources. I think we're still going to be able to get this information. I'm sure Melchizedek will make sure that that's the case. But yeah, who's up for saying no to mass media? Okay, team, I'm going to wrap this up for today. I hope you're all doing amazing. And again, I so appreciate you, everything that you're doing for the light. You're bringing your A games here. And now is the time. Thanks for being here, team. Thanks for sharing in this journey, sharing yourselves, all your love frequencies, all the hard work you're putting in. It is making a huge difference, team. We've got this. All right. I love you so much. I'll see you on Thursday and Friday, and then again next week. Mwah.